The drama kicks off with the main female lead's mom trying to wake her up because she's running late for school. Then we're introduced to the female lead, whose name is Momo. She's 16 years old and loves reading about aliens and outer space, but when it comes to studying, she's really bad at it. She's always at the bottom of her class and barely manages to pass. On top of that, she has almost no confidence, which is why she often gets picked on by a bully girl. When it comes to sports, she's not good at that either. Basically, Momo isn't great at studying or athletics, but she has a kind heart. Next, we see Momo's father, actually her stepfather. He has a son from before who's busy spraying his hair because he's obsessed with his hairstyle. His name is Yu-chan. He loves playing video games and often teases his stepsister Momo. He also tends to get into fights outside. He always brags, "I can handle pain, but I'll never let my hairstyle get ruined." After that, we see Momo rushes out for school so quickly that she doesn't even eat breakfast. We see her on her way to class. On the way, while she's reading one of her space books, a group of bully girls stops her. They snatch her book and sneer, "What's this nonsense you keep reading? You think this makes you look cool or something?" The leader of the bullies is a girl named Li Feng. She loves intimidating weaker kids, especially Momo, and she's never afraid of anyone. Momo pleads, "Please, give me back my book." But Li Feng pours an entire carton of milk over Momo's head and says, "Next time, don't even think about talking back to me." Then the bullies started snapping photos of Momo so they could spread them around and make fun of her even more. Momo stayed quiet because she was too scared to say anything. When she tried to leave quickly, the girls got mad and shouted, "How dare you walk away from us like that?" After that, they dumped out everything from Momo's bag onto the ground and warned her, "Next time, don't even think about acting smart in front of us." Laughing, they walked away, leaving Momo to silently pick up her things. That's when the drama's main male character made his entrance. His name was Helen, the guy Momo had a huge crush on. When it comes to Helen's introduction, he's basically perfect. He's good at sports, smart in class, and always at the top of the school rankings. He's never lost at anything. On top of that, he's rich, handsome, and naturally, every girl at school is crazy about him. But Helen doesn't really like talking to people much. As he was walking by, distracted with something else, he accidentally bumped into Momo. They both fell to the ground. For a moment, Momo imagined that he was worried about her, gently brushing her face and asking, "Are you okay?" That little fantasy made Momo so happy, because for her, having her crush care about her felt like a dream come true. But the sad truth was it was only her imagination. In reality, Helen glared at her and snapped, "Why did you get in my way?" His friend added, "You're doing this on purpose, right? Just to get Helen's attention?" Momo shook her head and tried to explain, "No, that's not true at all." But neither of them listened. They just walked away, leaving Momo behind. Only one person stopped, Dingnan. He helped Momo pick up her things and asked kindly, "Are you okay?" Then with a small wave, he left too. Now we move to the classroom scene. As soon as Momo walks in, the teacher scolds her. "You're always late. What am I supposed to do with you?" At that moment, we see Momo's best friend, Jingjing, who feels bad for her. On the other side, the bully girl Li Feng is laughing at Momo's situation. The teacher continues, "Turning your homework and go take your seat." That's when Momo suddenly remembers her homework had been ruined by Li Feng. So when she pulls out the torn pages, the teacher gets even angrier and tells her to leave the classroom. Helen is in the same class, since he's Momo's classmate. Li Feng looks even more thrilled watching Momo get in trouble. Sitting outside the classroom, Momo starts thinking, "Li Feng keeps messing with me so much. If only I had alien powers. I'd storm back into class, grab her by the throat with my powers, and never let her go. Everyone would just stare at me, even Helen. Then I'd say to him, 'Yes, I'm an alien, and I've got superpowers. Now you'll like me, right?'" In her imagination, Helen accepts her. Momo thinks, "Wow, that would be amazing. I could do whatever I wanted. Nobody could stop me. Nobody could bully me. Everyone would actually be nice to me instead." She's lost in her little fantasy and smiling to herself when suddenly the school bell rings. It's lunchtime. Students start coming out of class. Her crush, Helen, also walks out, but he completely ignores Momo. That really hurts her feelings. Later, while Momo is sitting out eating, Li Feng comes over and says, "I know you like Helen, but forget about him. My friend Amy likes him too, and she's 1,000 times better than you." With that, Li Feng turns to leave, and Momo mutters under her breath, "Alien god, please just once, teach these girls a lesson. And right then, Li Fang stumbles and almost falls, twisting her ankle. Momo couldn't help but feel a little happy seeing what happened to Li Fang. Serves her right, she thought, as Li Fang walked away, making a face. Just then, Jingjing came over and asked, "Why do you look so happy?" Momo smiled and whispered, "I think sometimes the alien god secretly helps me out." Jingjing rolled her eyes and said, "You're always lost in your own imagination." The scene then shifts and we see Helen playing basketball. He's really good at it. At the same time, we're introduced to Amy, the school's beauty, who's not only gorgeous, but also smart. She's a close friend of Helen and Li Fang, and she's also one of the main members of the cheerleading squad. Amy is cheering for Helen. On the other side, Momo is secretly taking tons of pictures of him. She's enjoying it so much, smiling as she clicks away. Then Jingjing comes over and says, "Show me how many pictures you took of me." But when she looks, there isn't a single picture of herself. Every single one is of Helen. Annoyed, she scolds her, but Momo isn't even paying attention. Her eyes are locked on Amy and Helen, laughing and talking together. Jingjing sighs. "You only love two things in this world. First, the universe. Second, Psy. And third, Helen." Momo laughs and replies, "Sorry, but what can I do? Whenever Helen is in front of me, I can't see anything else. And besides, my love isn't one-sided. Helen likes me too." She goes on to explain, "Once I saw Helen near the swimming pool. I was so distracted staring at his body that I slipped and fell into the water. Helen came to save me and even pulled me up. That has to mean he likes me, right? Otherwise, why would he care about me? But when I started to lose control and got too close to him, he just left me there in the water and walked away. I'll never forget that day, because for me, it was the happiest moment. I knew Helen cared enough about me to save me." Next, we see Momo once again secretly following Helen. Helen, meanwhile, is talking to his friend about how his rich father never lets him participate in any sports competitions. Then the scene shifts to Helen's home, where we see just how bad his relationship with his father really is. To his father, money is the only thing that matters. Helen even blames him for his mother's death, and that's why father and son are always clashing. Back to the present, while Helen and his friend are still talking, they suddenly notice Momo tailing them. His friend asks, "Why are you following us?" Embarrassed, Momo stammers, "No, I'm just here to buy some stuff." Helen smirks and points at her shopping bag. "Oh, really? And what are you planning to do with these boys' socks?" Hearing that, Momo turns red with embarrassment, drops everything in her hands, and runs off in a panic. Later, we see Helen walking somewhere when he notices a little kid struggling. He stops to help the child, but when the kid's mother shows up, it triggers a memory of his own mom, how she used to take care of him in the exact same way. The thought makes him emotional, and for a moment, he's lost in the past. The next scene takes us back to the classroom. The teacher announces, "From now on, students will be divided into sections based on their exam scores. The top students will be in one class, and the weaker students will be placed in another. So everyone focus on your exams and work hard." Hearing this, Momo's heart sinks. She immediately worries about what's going to happen to her, because she's never been good at studying. Meanwhile, we see Helen chatting with his group of friends. They're all saying things like, "Helen and Amy will definitely end up in the same section, since both of them are so smart." Li Fang adds, "I'll have to work super hard just to stay with you guys." Then the group starts talking about Momo. One of them laughs and says, "Well, at least you'll finally get rid of Momo. That girl follows you around all day and never stops bothering you." Momo knew she'd never be able to score high enough to be in Helen's class. And just then, we see she had heard every single word. Her heart shattered. "Is this really it? Do I have to stay away from Helen forever?" she thought to herself. Later that evening, while out at dinner with her mom, stepdad, and stepbrother, Momo gathered her courage and said, "I want a home tutor so I can bring up my grades." Her stepdad was pleased and agreed immediately, but her stepbrother grew annoyed. "I've been asking for a new laptop forever, and you never get it from me. But you're always wasting money on Momo and her mom." Frustrated, the stepdad told him to be quiet, but Yu-chan lashed out even more at Momo. "She's obsessed with those stupid aliens, always daydreaming, always searching about them. Just lock her up in a mental hospital already." Momo snapped back and fought with him. In the middle of the argument, her brother shoved her hard and she fell to the ground. Crying, Momo ran out, her mom following behind. Soon after, Yu-chan stormed out out too, leaving his dad sitting there overwhelmed. The stepdad sighed heavily, thinking, how am I ever supposed to bring love back into this family? Cut to Momo in her room, sobbing uncontrollably. She glanced at her alien collection and whispered, I know you're real. I know you're all good, but this world will never understand me or you. Still, I believe one day you'll come find me. The scene fades. A few days later, we see Momo and Jingjing in the school's broadcast room. Jingjing was playing a song for the students, but she accidentally left the mic on. Neither of them realized their voices were going live across the entire school as they started talking about Helen. Because of all that, the whole school ends up hearing everything, including Helen himself. Jingjing tries to comfort Momo, whispering, you should just tell Helen how you feel. Momo, nervous but determined, nods. Yeah, you're right. I'll tell him how much I like him. But the moment she said it, the entire school bursts out laughing at her. Everyone is making fun of her. That's when Jingjing gets a call from someone telling her that her mic had been left on the whole time. Shocked, she quickly turns it off. When Momo finds out, she freezes in disbelief. What am I supposed to do now? She thinks, completely crushed. Meanwhile, Helen turns to Amy and mutters, everything Momo says is just nonsense to me. Amy shrugs and says, I don't know why she keeps acting like that. Then she heads home to do her homework, leaving Momo's world falling apart. The next scene shows Momo once again encouraging Jingjing. Go meet Helen face to face and tell him your feelings. No matter what happened today, you deserve to know if he feels the same way about you or not. At first, Momo refuses, but finally, she gathers up her courage and says, okay, today, I'll tell him everything. She goes to find Helen, who's busy playing video games. Momo tries to start a conversation and even shows him her space collection, but he doesn't pay attention. He's too focused on his game. That's when Momo blurts out, I like you! But at that exact moment, Helen loses his match. Furious, he throws his controller down and storms off without a word. Momo chases after him, trying again and again to confess her feelings. But Helen finally snaps, yelling, don't you get it? I'm not interested in you at all. Why do you keep following me around? Hearing this, Momo is left completely shocked and heartbroken. Momo was completely shattered after Helen yelled at her. With tears in her eyes, she whispered, I know you like girls like Amy, so I'll become just like her for you. But Helen snapped back in anger. You could never be like Amy. You don't even have a purpose in life. You're just a careless girl who does nothing but follow people around. I could never like you, so just leave right now. Hearing this, Momo broke down crying and asked, if you never liked me, then why did you save me that day at the swimming pool? Helen replied coldly, because even if it had been an animal instead of you, I still would have helped. Those words crushed her even more. Momo had never imagined that her crush, Helen, saw her as meaningless. Heartbroken, she ran away in tears. The next day, we see Momo with Jingjing, driving together while talking about everything that happened last night. Jingjing sighed and said, see? Now you know the truth. You should forget about Helen. Besides, you love the sea, right? That's why we came here. Cheer yourself up. Momo nodded. Yeah, I really want to forget about Helen now. Determined, she added that she wanted to dive deeper than ever before. Right then, she jumped into the water with her coach. As Momo swam underwater, she suddenly heard a strange voice calling her name, pulling her toward it. Unknowingly, she drifted in the wrong direction, diving deeper and deeper, while her coach stayed behind. Momo kept going until she reached a glowing stone at the bottom. The same mysterious voice was echoing from inside the stone, calling out her name. The moment Momo touched it, something unbelievable happened. Her entire body became surrounded by a strange, powerful energy. The coach quickly surfaced and told everyone that Momo was missing underwater. Hearing this, Jingjing panicked and immediately shouted for everyone to search for her. Without thinking twice, she dove into the water herself, desperate to save her friend. Meanwhile, when Momo finally regained consciousness and opened her eyes, something was different. Her eyes had turned bright blue. When she eventually climbed back onto the boat, her entire personality felt changed. She no longer seemed like the same Momo, but like someone else. She could suddenly hear every sound around her with extreme clarity. She could sense everything, even understanding things no ordinary human could, like how long each person would live and the exact moment of their death. The truth was shocking. Momo was no longer Momo. An alien had taken over her body. The alien spoke through her. Finally, after 20 million years, I have awakened. My system is now fully activated. This is planet Earth, so different from my home star. Everything here feels strange and new, but it doesn't matter. At last, I can finally return home. The scene cuts here, showing the alien, whose name is Gui, stepping off the boat, but Jingjing was terrified for her friend. She rushed over, asking again and again, "Are you okay? Did you get hurt?" Gui didn't respond. Her behavior was cold and distant. Then suddenly, her body trembled and she collapsed unconscious right on the spot. Jingjing panicked even more, screaming loudly for help. The scene shifts. We now see a scientist, a man whose sole mission is to capture aliens. He had built countless machines for this purpose. Just then, one of his men walked in and said, "Sir, the thing we have been searching for, we still haven't found it." After countless hours of research with no results, the scientist grew frustrated. He turned to his team and coldly ordered, "All those people we've captured, the ones we thought were aliens, eliminate them. We need to cut down the numbers." The scene cuts. Now we see Momo, or rather Guy, lying in a hospital as doctors run an MRI scan on her. During the scan, Guy's mind drifts back to her home. She remembers the devastating war that had erupted there, a war that cost her countless comrades and left her world on the brink of destruction. Everything was falling apart. For the first time, we also see Guy's true form. She was once a commander, but due to dire circumstances, she was forced to seal herself inside a stone, the same stone Momo had touched. That's why Guy now exists within Momo's body. The doctors couldn't understand what was happening inside her. Suddenly, Guy stood up, scanning the room with piercing eyes, analyzing every detail like a machine. The doctors rushed forward, trying to calm her. "Please, sweetheart, lie back down." But Guy shoved him away with incredible force and walked straight out of the hospital. Next, we see her standing on the rooftop. She begins absorbing knowledge about Earth, its languages, communication, the way humans interact, everything. But the sunlight wasn't giving her enough energy. She whispered to herself, "My time here is short. I need to return home as soon as possible." Just then, the doctors caught up to her. Believing she was about to take her own life, they pleaded, "Don't do this. Please step down." But Guy was far too clever. She instantly realized they were planning to sedate her. In one swift move, she snatched the syringe and injected it into the doctor instead. At that very moment, Momo's parents arrived. Her father shouted, "Everyone stay away from our daughter!" Guy hesitated for a moment when she saw Momo's mother standing there. As soon as Momo's mother touched her, a flood of memories rushed through her mind. Memories of how this woman had given birth to Momo, how she had raised her with love and care. In that instant, Guy realized these people weren't enemies at all. They were Momo's real parents. She finally let them come close, and the next moment, her body collapsed, unconscious. Cut to the next scene. We see the scientist again, this time conducting a cruel experiment on a man. He showed no hesitation in torturing him as long as it meant advancing his research. The scene shifts back to Guy. She slowly regains consciousness, only to find Momo's mother sitting by her side, worry written all over her face. But Guy remained unmoved. Moments later, Momo's father walked in, holding a plate. "Here, eat something. It'll give you energy." Guy frowned in confusion. Food for energy. Why? But the moment she tasted it, she was pleasantly surprised. She actually liked it. Momo's parents smiled and gently explained, No, dip it like this, then eat." But Guy immediately stood up, her voice sharp and commanding. You don't give me orders. I'm the one who gives orders. For a moment, her parents froze, stunned by her words. Still, they calmly sat her back down and patiently showed her the right way to eat. Slowly, Guy began eating properly. But then, Momo's mother couldn't hold back her tears. Watching her daughter behave so strangely, she broke down, whispering to herself, "What's happening to my little girl?" Worried and shaken, she stormed to the doctor. "You said my daughter was perfectly fine. Then why doesn't she recognize anyone? Has she lost her memory?" The doctor tried to reassure her. "Ma'am, you should be thankful your daughter survived after being lost in the depths of the ocean. Her body is perfectly healthy. That alone is nothing short of a miracle. But yes, her mind has suffered from the trauma. That shock caused temporary memory loss. Don't worry, she'll recover soon." After speaking with the doctor, Momo's mother returned home, only to find Guy about to drink the water kept for washing hands and feet. Startled, she rushed over and stopped her. "No, that's not drinking water. Here, this is the one you should drink." Guy snapped back, her face filled with irritation. "Water is water. Why are you people always stopping me?" Calling them both annoying, she stormed off toward the bathroom. But the moment she stepped inside and looked into the mirror, she froze. Staring back at her wasn't Guy at all. It was the real Momo. Momo blinked in shock, unable to believe her own reflection. And right then, Guy revealed her true alien form. Standing face to face with her, terrified, Momo whispered, Who are you really?"
And yep, that's exactly where this part ends. But hey friends, if you want the next part as soon as possible, then smash that like button and flood the comments with next part. The more you guys spam it, the faster I'll drop it. And of course, don't just watch, hit that subscribe button too, alright?